Hey gang, welcome back to Suck Squeeze Bang Blow. We're still working on a 65 Imperial, hoping to get it to the PowerTour West. We got about 2 weeks to go, but I got to work a week of that, so we're waiting on some parts, mainly the caliper rebuild kits and the rotors. Here you can see I've taken the calipers, got them all cleaned up. The cylinders look really nice. Sat them in some evaporust and took a wire wheel to them. Over here is all the internal parts for the calipers. These are the pistons, and they look in pretty good shape. Waiting to get the rubber seals for them, the springs that go in them, and the gaskets between the two. Those are the bolts. We'll get those cleaned up. The rotors should be coming in. Got a lot of stuff done. Got a new master cylinder, new rear brake line that we made up, rear rubber hoses and rear wheel cylinders. On the front we changed the hoses, and we got a new water pump, thermostat, fuel pump, new heater hoses. We bypassed the rear heat for now because there's no rear unit that came with this car, so I just, instead of running the hoses all the way to the back and looping them over there, we disconnected it right here. We got a new battery cables here, where these are like the military style, and that's just kind of the easier ones to do that by putting on just some lugs and fitting them through there. Got a lot of work done on the interior, as far as got the seats cleaned. They're in another part of the shop here. Waiting to hear for some things for the headliner, as to what's the best material to use to sew the bows where the bows go in. So waiting on that. But today we're going to work on the wiring and maybe even try to get this thing running today, hot wired. We have over here this is the ignition box here, the Chrysler orange ignition box, voltage regulator. That's a new style voltage regulator, and with a ballast resistor. I'm just going to check that wiring out, and if it looks okay, I may just kind of clean it up a little bit. But the real mess is over here in this junction box. So bulkhead disconnect, and everything seems to be there. I want to put some headlight relays in it, and I think that might be the spot, because the headlights versus on an Imperial versus like a B body, A body. On the B bodies, A bodies, and E bodies, they'll run the wires all the way down here to this headlight and then run it across. What they do on the Imperial is they put the split right there, and they run the left side headlights down this harness, and then the right side over to this side along the firewall and this harness over here. So I think that might be the best place to put in relays. I don't think I'm going to do the whole upgrade yet, as far as, I think I'm going to leave these wires in there to try to make it to the PowerTour, but I definitely want to put relays on the headlights. The other thing is that there is a terminal block back there coming from the alternator, so I'll have a spot right there to take the power to the relays, and we'll show you what that's going to look like. So let's get busy and get to work. Alright guys, so the other radiator was bad. I was planning on buying one from Summit and putting on the new brackets. You saw me, I'll show a little bit of me taking the brackets off the radiator, but I was going out to the parts truck, and I had never even noticed that these two radiators were out there. So I picked this one up. It looked to be the better one, and we've pressure tested it, and it's pretty good. It's been holding pressure all night and went up to 13. I think that cap doesn't hold as much pressure as 15, so at 15 it started hissing out of the cap. So, but I think it's going to be good to run. So we're going to take this, put it in the car. All right, gang. So we're going to adjust the internal, the lower and reverse band on this transmission. I got it drained. The fluid looks pretty good. I got a new filter and gasket for it. So first thing we need to do is loosen this nut, and then we're going to torque this to 72 inch-pounds and then back it off 3 1/4 turns. So we'll loosen this up. And we'll torque this. Okay, so that's 72 inch-pounds. So you'll need a 5/16 inch wrench to tighten this down here. So we have that. We're going to turn it back 3 1/4 turns. So it's 1/4, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8/4 is 2, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So then we tighten up this bolt here. This lock nut. I'm gonna hold that up there. Come, I'm going right here. Well, we're just going to get that mic tight. And there's your band, your low and reverse drum. We'll put the filter on it, and then we'll come and adjust the front band.